Oh, hey, how's it going? What's this? Nothing, just. So let's just do a really quick breakdown of how all this works, and then we'll start to build it. So your kelp would go in here. Look up your own kelp farm designs. I'm definitely not an expert on how kelp grows or whatever, and the best way to do that. But your items will flow into the smoker here, and this is where the important stuff starts. So you have your kelp, obviously, and your dried kelp blocks down the bottom here, and the dried kelp pieces float into the Autocrafter here, which fill up. There is a subtract here, so that only when it reaches the correct signal will it trigger the Autocrafter and the dropper at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but let's not get into that. And then the dropper will push it into this hopper and around and then back into the back of our smoker to act as fuel. But if there are items detected in here, we don't want it to keep filling up, right? We wanted the surplus to go somewhere else. So this comparator takes a look to see if there are items in here, and if there's any item, one item's enough because that means there's 65 in total, 64 plus 1 in here. So if there are enough items, the kelp will go elsewhere. We want it to go into our storage chest down here, so it starts to fill this up. So if there's an item, as in, oh yeah, look, it's just about to burn out, right? So this item's about to flow in, wait for it. There we go. And now this is locked, the bottom hopper. Hopper priority is that it'll always flow down before it flows sideways. So now that this is locked, it'll flow into here. Once a kelp block appears here, this torch will turn off again and they'll start going into the spill-off chest, the actual storage chest. And I think that's it. This is just used for subtracting. Let's learn how to build it. Well, I just built it for you guys and I wasn't recording my audio, so let's do that again. It's been a while since I've done that, actually. It's been a couple of months, so that was nice. Nice and nostalgic. Let's build it again. Alright, so we're going to start with the output chest this time, right? And place down your two output chests here, and then hopper them up. So we're going to put the hoppers into here, and then in front of this, I'm going to place... So in front of this, I'm going to place a Autocrafter facing up, and then we want to place a dropper facing this way towards the hopper again. Then you want your smoker, which you can place facing pretty much anyway, I think, and then just have a hopper going in here. So we've kind of made this cycle going around, and then we want to connect up all of our storage with hoppers. Next thing, I suppose we can put, that's just your input for your kelp right here. Next thing, I suppose we can do the crafting part. So if we go this way, and so many random animals running around my creative world. And then if we put this in here, this is kind of like the basic crafter design. I don't like this too much because it can jam and stuff, but it's fine in this case. Then we want to do a subtraction of, set this to subtract. Let's see, to 6, right? Subtract by 6, and then what's left? Oh yeah, so we want to say if there's already kelp in this hopper, stop sending more. And we're gonna do that with a torch here, a comparator here, and then dust, boom boom, here like so. And whoa, are we done already? We're done already. So if I put in, let's just say I'm gonna put in 4 in here, and then just fill this up with kelp. And just to speed along our first craft, I'm just gonna put this in here just to speed it up a little bit for demonstration purposes. And once this gets enough signal strength now, it puts a dry kelp block into here. The next time it crafts, it'll put the kelp block into here, which will go back around to start filling this up for us. So in a couple of seconds, we're going to get a number. Well, it's going to be a couple of seconds because this is still on 0. I don't want to waste time with this demonstration. Come on. One more, but yeah, you get the idea. You've seen it in practice, that's it. It's super easy to build, and I think it's pretty compact. I don't know how much smaller I could make this for the kind of level of features that it has. Yeah, that's it. Enjoy. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Quick one. All the best. Bye-bye. See you next time. Whoa.